canal? He's currently saying that? Let me think which one's more evil. That's why. I don't think people want either of them. But this system has created both of them. I think if you had a third choice, one that was just a normal human being, I think that person might win. But make no mistake, that is why, if he does win, that's why he'll win. So, Stu, the Roy Moore thing. First of all, the polls are everywhere. I've never seen polls like this.
Yeah, they have no idea. They have no idea what's going to happen today.
They have no idea.
Some polls show Roy Moore up 10. Some show him down 10. Some show it tied.
I mean, that's a 20-point swing.
It really is. They don't know.
Nobody has any idea.
I would be very surprised if Roy Moore does not win that election.
Me too.
I will be. And in fact, I honestly expect him to win it handily. 6, something like that.
Me too.
Now, I don't know if that's true. I mean, really, the polling does not give that indication. The polling is very mixed. This shows that Jones has a chance. I think, what you just said is really important. And I think Frank Luntz talked about this a little bit as well. He's coming up to talk about the election, but to steal a little bit of his thunder. If Jones was a pro-life Democrat, he's probably up by 5 or 10.
Yes, he would win.
But he's not. He's actually a Debbie Wasserman Schultz Democrat when it comes to that issue. And that is not going to play in Alabama at all.
Can I ask you, when did America become these two extremes? When did America become these two polar, couldn't be further from each other opposites? When? How is this good for any of us? I mean, this is the Facebook world. It really is. You are either for us or you're against us. You are I either like you or I hate you and you need to be destroyed.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the issue, right? That's the one we're dealing with every single day. I think you look at, I think you could look at this election honestly, fairly and say it's probably not all that big of a deal either way. I mean, the Republicans are going to have a majority either way. This is going to last until 2020, until there's another election for this seat. This seat will likely go Republican then anyway. 2018 is very, very healthily tipped towards Senate Republicans, so they'll likely hold the Senate anyway. If Doug Jones gets in, he's not going to make abortion more legal.
No.
Right?
No.
Roy Moore is probably not going to start molesting 14-year-olds in the Senate.
No.
Almost none of the things that have been talked about with this election actually affect anything. It's just, I swear it's just a way for us to entertain ourselves for a couple months until the next story hits.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's a way for people to make money by having ratings and sell, newspapers, to get clicks. That's all this is about. And for the parties to drive a wedge between us. That's what this is about. It's not going to make any difference. It's not going to make any difference. Not in the short term.
I mean, is it possible that one vote will come down to needing that seat? It's definitely possible that could happen. It could change a little bit of legislation on the fringes. Maybe there's a perk put in there for, John McCain that wouldn't normally be in there if this seat isn't there. It's possible.
Don't think John McCain's going to be around that long.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other story. But I mean, bottom line is it could have it's possible it could have some short-term policy consequences within the next couple of years. It's possible, but there's also possibility of the other side going awry. I mean, having, who knows what Roy Moore is going to do, and the associations there aren't necessarily universally positive either. In fact, many people have noted the opposite. So there's enough unknowns on both sides here, and the downside of either outcome is not all that significant. And it's not this type of analysis. As you point out, there is something going on here, which is there's an industry built around making these things exciting and intense and the most important thing that's ever happened to you. Every election's always the most important thing that's ever happened to you. And that we are part of that industry. And I realize it's a terrible idea to come out and say that it's not the most important thing that's ever happened to you. But this election is not the most important thing that's ever happened to you. It isn't.
Amen. Frank Luntz coming up in just a second to tell us what he found in Alabama and what he thinks. Also, futurist Brett King is coming up next hour. He has written a book called Augmented in the I think it's Fast Lane of Life. It is remarkable, and we'll be talking to him next hour. All right, who's our sponsor this half hour? My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply right now is offering 102 servings of survival food for only $99, and it is shipped to your home for free. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you done anything, Stu?
I love My Patriot Supply, yeah. I had never done it before My Patriot Supply, I believe is what you're referring to.
Yes.
The thing about My Patriot Supply is they can address people like you.
What does that mean?
Well, people who are like prepared and think, oh, I need a year's worth of food. And you've been in this world for a long time.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't want to say a prepper because I think there's a negative connotation to that, where there really shouldn't be, right? I mean, being prepared is not a bad thing. But I mean, it's one of those things where you're in that world and you think about those things. As you've said yourself, you're a catastrophist. Mm-hmm. So you are always thinking about the worst case scenario. I grew up in Connecticut. I don't think I've ever had a tough day in my life. I don't even have a real job. Look, I'm sitting here talking on the radio. It's not even real work. I mean, so I have never really thought about that. When I met you, I had a few packets of duck sauce and soy sauce for prep. In case something went wrong, you'd have duck sauce, which has sugars.
Mm-hmm. And I had shotgun shells in case he came to my house.
Exactly. That's true. And that was my plan to show up at your place.
And it was my plan as well.
My Patriot Supply, though, makes it really easy. So even if you're like this deal is perfect. What is it? It's 102 servings for $99.
Yeah.
So that takes, to me, that knocks out 95 to 99% of
anything you need.
Yep. Like it doesn't cover you for zombie apocalypse.
No.
But pretty much everything else it covers you for.
Yeah. This covers you for anything that is that it could happen in your life that is not just an absolute disaster.
And you do it once in 25 years. It's easy to store. They make it really simple.
And you have it now for $99. Grab a couple of these, 102 servings. You'd have, 204 servings for $200 if you bought a couple of them. They're $99 each. PrepareWithGlenn.com. Call 800-200-7163. 800-200-7163. PrepareWithGlenn.com.
Glenn Beck.
If you've fallen behind on your taxes, you know that the IRS is already coming for their money, and they'll get it too by garnishing your wages or maybe even taking your home or business. They call it enforced compliance, and you'd better watch out because the penalties and interest compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. You need to call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Solving tax issues is all they do. One call to Optima starts the process to stop the demand letters and stop aggressive collection actions. They get to work immediately, fighting to protect your assets and helping you put your tax problems behind you. The IRS writes off millions every year, and Optima knows all the ins and outs of the IRS's tax assistance programs that could save you thousands. So what are you waiting for? Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, folks, remember this. A gift from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala just keeps on growing and growing all year long. Here are a few of Bob's best green and gifting suggestions. His famous camellias, regularly $14.99 for just $9.99, and plenty of larger sizes are available. Gorgeous first quality foil wrap poinsettias in 6 different gorgeous colors, 5-inch size with 3 to 5 blooms, You get 3 for $12. How about Christmas cactus? Budded and blooming, starting at $3.99. One of Bob's favorites, dwarf ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas. Pick up an armful. They're great stocking stuffers, and they're still $3.99. Come on over this week for sure to the Christmas Giving Wonderland. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, now open with longer Christmas holiday hours.
Bicycles are great fun. You see nature up close. You get no impact exercise. The possibilities are endless. You could start your bicycling adventure at Brick City Bicycles. Young or old, experienced or a new rider, visit Brick City Bicycles at 217 Southeast 1st Avenue right here in Ocala. Brick City Bicycles has everything all under one roof. With holidays right around the corner, Santa wanted you to know now's the time to lay away that special gift. Stop by today. Brick City Bicycles.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Glenn Beck.
May I ask, who is giving Roy Moore advice? Did you see the video that came out where they had like a 12-year-old girl do an interview with him? Can we play a little bit of this? Will you, Sarah, please?
Not a good idea.
So what do you think are the characteristics of a really, really good senator?
Following the Constitution, just adhering to principle and not going to get elected again and not trying to stay in office for 30 or 40 years and building an empire. You're there to serve the people. Serve people in my position is Alabama Senator, the people of Alabama. But a lot of the issues that I stand for would be for the good of the country.
So being like, what can my country do for me? Instead of doing that, what can I do for my country?
Stop. The little girl in the pigtails. Not a good idea. What are you thinking?
This is some Trump super PAC or something that set this up, apparently, a pro-Trump super PAC.
So then his wife takes to the microphone. Now, out of all of the things that I've heard about Roy Moore, anti-Semite is not one of them. But they addressed that. Listen to this.
Fake news would tell you that we don't care for Jews.
Wait, what?
I tell you all this because I've seen it all, so I just want to set the record straight while they're here. One of our attorneys is a Jew.
Stop. What are you thinking?
I was.
One of our maids is black. It's okay.
I wasn't going to vote for Roy Moore, largely based on the fact that I did not believe he had a Jewish attorney. But now
I know he's got a Jewish attorney. Who is advising these people? Stop it.
Glenn Beck.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. As the White House continues to push for a merit-based immigration system, the Attorney General blaming yesterday's attempted terror attack in New York City on what he calls our failed immigration policies, among them
the diversity lottery, which makes no sense and has never made no sense, and chain migration.
Jeff Sessions saying a relative of the suspect won a lottery in Bangladesh.
He came here. He then, through the chain migration process, brought brought his sister, and she brought her son, 20 years old, and he's the one that attempted to blow up the subway.
Supporters say our current system diversifies the immigration population in the country. Voters in Alabama making their choice in a closely watched Senate race today as Democrat Doug Jones faces off against Republican Roy Moore, who's the center of allegations from several women of sexual misconduct. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When it comes to the holidays, the hustle and bustle doesn't stop. Well, unless your car breaks down. Whatever this season brings, it helps to have Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers. Now you can check your car's health from your phone, get help if you're stuck on the side of the road, and if Hum detects a crash, it can automatically notify emergency services. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
It's time for Farm and Range headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. George Birdsong, the leader of the American peanut industry's 5-year, $6 million peanut genomics initiative and CEO of Birdsong Peanuts, announced at the American Peanut Council meeting last week that with the publication of the 5th year and the final PGI report, the Peanut Foundation declares the project complete and completed successfully on time and within budget. Birdsong expressed appreciation for the support from everyone in the industry. The foundation will continue to support research and seed breeding as the next step in utilizing the new breeder's toolbox. The goal of the project was to identify all the genes in the peanut. He said that was very difficult. It was a major task because the total genetic information in the peanut is almost as large as the human genome. But he said we have now accomplished that, and we've done it within the $6 million 5-year project. Birdsong emphasized that it has given this industry a map for which we can unlock some of the genetic potential of the peanut plant. He mentioned also some of the items that have already been adopted, such as improved processing traits, greater yields, improved nutrition, improved safety, better flavor, and virtually anything genetically can be controlled in the peanut plant. He said already we've got high oleic peanut chemistry, resistance to early and late leaf spot, root knot nematodes have been controlled, and tomato spotted wilt virus.
For vegetable growers across Florida, Ed Lowndes with Descendolo Curly Crop Vitality Group says they have a dual-purpose calcium product that you would be interested in.
CATS is a 0-0, 10% sulfur, 6% soluble calcium can be applied for your vegetable crops through pivots or through your drip tape under plastic. The calcium is 100% soluble. Both products go to work instantly when they get into the water stream.
To learn more, contact your local fertilizer dealer or go to cropvitality.com.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
You know how frogs are so hoppy? It's because they don't smoke or have COPD, otherwise they would be flip-floppy. If you want to quit smoking to prevent yourself from croaking, come to A Better You for a good acupuncture poking. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, with A Better You Healthcare to stop smoking today at 352-615-5566. 352-615-5566.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9:05 a.m., Bern Paresa will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hills Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We will discuss screening techniques and more, so tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m. right here on The Source, WOCA.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
So if I could talk to only one person to try to figure out what America was thinking, that one person would be Frank Luntz. He runs Luntz Global, and you can find out all about it at focuswithfrank.com. But he does things for businesses and politicians and everything else. When you're really trying to get a bead on what people are feeling, Frank is really good with his focus groups, and he's just been in Alabama. Welcome to the program, Frank Luntz. How are you?
You are always the kindest person to me on the radio. I don't know if your listeners have ever met you before, but you have always been the kindest guy, and I'm not sure if that's your image. But
yes, you do, Frank. If anybody knows my image, you would know my image.
I thought you knew the people, Frank. You don't know that's not his image.
That's clearly not my image. So Frank, tell me what you found in Alabama.
So we found a very polarized and extremely excited, intense, passionate electorate that desperately wants to send a message to Washington. And to my greatest surprise, that message is coming just as hard to the Republican establishment as it is to the Democrats. There is as much criticism of the Republican leadership in Congress as there was their Democratic opponents, and this is among Republicans. And that tells me that Alabama is a symptom of what's happening across the country.
And what's happening across the country?
I think that people are just as fed up today as they were 1 year ago. I think that they're disappointed with the rate of change in Washington, that the swamp has not been drained. And I think that they're ready to say, I've had it, and I'm going to vote even more people out in the next election.
So, Frank, the idea that Alabama has to vote for somebody who is accused of improprieties and possibly worse, 20 years ago, and a guy who is abortion on demand, it's really truly the lesser of two evils. And, for God-fearing people, abortion is more evil than somebody doing something 20 years ago. Do I have that right or wrong?
You have it right, but I'd be careful, because they will not let themselves be caught saying that. What they're saying is that it is all evil, that it all needs to change, and that this is the guy, Roy Moore, in their minds. This is the guy who they think is most likely to shake the hell out of Washington, D.C.
So what do they feel about the accusations?
They don't think they're true. They don't think that they're real. They think that these are women who've been paid by
Gloria Allred or the Left or whoever,
or even what's his name, even
Soros
and the Democrats. They think that America is under attack, is under siege, and they desperately want to send a message: enough is enough, and they want to do it in an emotional way.
So what do you think this means, Frank? Assuming that Roy Moore wins, do you think he's going to win?
I can't, I've never, in my professional life, I've never held back a projection. I've always felt that I should speak up because that's my job as a pollster, is to know what's going to happen. I can't do it this time. Glenn, I just don't know. I don't believe any of the polls. I think someone's going to look really foolish when the election is over.
Yeah, I've never seen. Have you seen a 20-point spread in polls?
Never.
Yeah.
Not even. And there was a spread during Clinton, but the spread during Clinton was a 10-point spread. It means that an awful lot of people are lying to pollsters right now, and that's because they're afraid of the pressure. This essence of political correctness, which is the thing that I urge you to address. I urge you on your shows going forward to talk about it, because it is poisoning our students' minds. It is poisoning the public debate, that we can no longer say what we truly believe out of fear that it will hurt us professionally or personally.
But how do you, Frank, I'd love to have you on for an extended period of time, because I think you could teach us so much. And I mean the audience in America. How do you have that conversation when millennials are saying that, there should be safe zones. There should be limits on speech.
Right, but those are, by their definitions, safe zones. So that you're not allowed to ask the question, why does a murderer in California, who shouldn't even be in this country, why does that person get let off? You can't have a conversation about border security. But on the same token, Glenn, you also can't say, why is there such negativity in this tweeting? Why can't we treat each other with respect as we are criticizing each other for beliefs that we don't share? I think that the coarseness of our culture has been so destroyed by social media that the ability to talk to each other in a tough but respectful way is gone. It's not that it's going, it's gone.
Frank, you and I have seen each other at some really low points. We have seen each other where I've come to you and, Frank, help me. I have no hope left. Have you found hope in all of the polling?
No, not at all. I'm in the worst place I've ever been in my professional life, internally. I don't really want to have this conversation with a million people. But no, I don't, because I understand the Trump voter who is desperate to save his or her country.
Yeah.
I understand the feeling of African Americans who don't want to go back to the 1950s and 60s because that was a bad time for them in this country. I understand those who came from other countries legally, but they're being demonized by the illegal population. I get millennials who are nervous about where the country's headed. They see the fires and they see the hurricanes and they see the weather and they wonder what's going on. I hear all of this and I appreciate it, but the truth is most people don't. They see what they want to see and they disregard the rest.
Is there a way in this world of social media, is there a way to come back together? Is there a message that will bring us together? Because I feel exactly the same way, Frank. I really, truly believe that the vast majority of people feel this way. They're tired of this. They don't want to live like this. They don't want to be at each other's throats.
Well, I want two things. One is, this is a plug, but not really. I want to hear from those people. And if they go to Luntz Global, which is my website, they can sign up for the focus groups that you talk about and that you watch. They can sign up and their voices can be heard, and there won't be any shouting, and there won't be any disrespect. They'll get a chance to be heard, and they'll get a chance to learn from others. But the other thing is, I want them to see this Vice News HBO clip. And all you have to do is go onto YouTube, type in Alabama and my name, and they'll see the entire 7.5 minutes. Some of it should shock you, should shock them by how explicit they are.
Tell me about it.
I have a simple question. A 14-year-old, one of the people said his grandmother was married when she was 13 and she had 2 kids by the time she was 15. That there are a lot of people who would be proud that their daughter of that age was dating a district attorney. I don't get that. That doesn't compute to me. And I don't care if that's 2017 or he was referring to 20 or 30 years ago. It ain't right. It just isn't. But that's the one thing. I mean, I keep coming back, Frank, to, Jerry Lee Lewis. He married his 13-year-old cousin, and nobody in the South had a problem with that. Well, they did have a problem with it. You know this.
No, they had a problem. No. They had a problem with it in England, and that's what really tore everything apart.
Well, I think he would have been as big as Elvis.
I do too.
This man was one of the greatest piano players. And by the way, he played here in L.A. about 3 weeks ago. And even in his 80s, the man is brilliant. But he never had the career that he could have had because outside his home area, Americans found that too much to take.
Correct. Outside of his home area. But his home area, and this is really kind of the, same kind of area that Roy Moore is from. I mean, it's different, especially back then.
But does that make it okay?
No.
There was segregation back then. Does that make it okay?
No.
So that's the issue that I have. I know we cannot judge. I've been through this with so many people with these conversations. We cannot judge values and morals by today's standards in looking back 40 years ago because we think differently and we act differently. But that said, I don't feel like we've learned what we should have learned. I don't feel like we have that same commonality that existed in this country years ago. I think there's so much more that divides us than unites us, and we're looking for those divisions. We are seeking to tear ourselves apart, and that's frightening to me.
What is the biggest thing we have in common, Frank?
Well, biggest thing is an appreciation for the country, but I will tell you right now that 1 out of 5 Americans isn't patriotic anymore. 1 out of 5 Americans does not feel that this is the greatest country on the earth, does not feel that our system is the best system, and that's different. That was the one thing that united us 25 years ago. Under Reagan's administration, we all thought that even with our imperfections, we were still the best. That exceptionalism is gone in 1 out of 5 Americans.
And out of those 1 out of 5 Americans, what do they think is the best?
They just believe
anything better.
No, they won't give anything better, but they refuse to accept American exceptionalism. By the way, they do tend to vote Democrat a lot more than voting Republican, but I don't want to bring partisanship into this. When you can't even agree on your country's values, then we're in deep trouble.
Have you tested the Bill of Rights?
Yes.
How are those testing? Those principles?
I know, it's really weird. It's like, have you tested mom and apple pie?
Right.
Well, the first problem is that Americans don't even know what the Bill of Rights are. They don't know the 3 systems of government. We have more people in this country who believe that UFOs exist than believe Social Security will exist by the time they retire. We have more people in this country that can name the home of the Simpsons than where Abraham Lincoln was born. More people can name more Kardashians than can name members of the Supreme Court. All of that scare the living hell out of me because we know our pop culture absolutely to the last detail, and we know nothing about our founding fathers.
Frank Luntz, he is the founder and chairman of Luntz Global. I urge you to go with Focus, go to focuswithfrank.com and sign up for some of his testing. He is one of the best listeners. He is truly empathetic and can hear beyond the words. I think he is, quite honestly, I think he is a solution to many of the things that ail us. If more people will speak honestly and more people like Frank will listen, please go to focuswithfrank.com and sign up to be part of his focus groups. Focuswithfrank.com. Frank Luntz, always a pleasure and a privilege to have you on the program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He's an amazing man. A tortured soul.
That's exactly the word I was about to use.
He's a tortured soul.
He's an interesting dude, man. He seems tortured by this. And he continues to do it.
He loves the country.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's got all the information. He doesn't know what to do. And nobody will listen. And we've had so many conversations. He's a tortured soul, but man, he's
knows his stuff for sure.
He knows his stuff, and he's a good, decent guy. All right, sponsor this half hour is Blinds.com. Blinds.com make it really easy for your house to look and feel the way you want it to feel. Not like a house, but your home. They make it easy because they have FaceTime and a million different ways to connect with these people who are interior designers, and it's free. So I don't know. I mean, what is that going to look like once you put it up there? What they did is we FaceTime, and they will take a picture of the room of your house, and they will then superimpose the look of the drapes or the shutters or the blinds or whatever it is that you want. And they will show you, this is what it's going to look like. Then they'll send you a piece of the fabric or a piece of the blind so you know the color is exactly right. Then all you have to do is measure. And if you mismeasure, they remake the blinds for you for free. They not only will completely transform the room, they will give you the best customer service you have ever experienced and at amazing prices. I want you to go to Blinds.com right now. Blinds.com. Every order gets free shipping. And now through, Christmas Eve, you can enjoy the savings site-wide plus a guaranteed 20% off when you go to the Blinds.com and you use the promo code BECK. So if you use the promo code BECK now through Christmas Eve, you will get 20% off anything for your window coverings at Blinds.com. Blinds.com, promo code BECK. Rules and restrictions do apply.
Glenn Beck.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off by the people who are trying to tell them that they're going to protect them every single day. And here's how they rip you off. You get locked into a long-term contract. You get stuck writing huge checks with no way out forever. It's robbery, and it can cost you thousands. Now, there is a smarter way to protect your home. It's Simply Safe Home Security. These are the guys that I trust. Such a genius system, and it came naturally out of necessity. I mean, necessity is the mother of invention. Simply Safe. It's wireless and portable with a cellular connection built right in. You get the professional monitoring with police dispatch, so your home is safe around the clock. And with Simply Safe, that protection is only $15 a month. No contract. Most places will charge you 3 times that. Unbelievable protection, great value, no contracts. SimplySafeBeck.com. Get 10% off right now. SimplySafeBeck.com.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9:05 a.m., Bern Paresa will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hills Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We will discuss screening techniques and more, so tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m. right here on The Source, WOCA.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. On this Tuesday, sunshine and becoming breezy in the afternoon, high 72 to 76. Clear and rather chilly Tuesday night, lows in the low to mid-30s in the coldest inland spots, about 42 along the coast. Sunshine but cooler for Wednesday, high 59 to 63. And Thursday, partly sunny and warmer again, high 69 to 73. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animas Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animas without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animas needs you. Bicycles are great fun. You see nature up close. You get no impact exercise. The possibilities are endless. You can start your bicycling adventure at Brick City Bicycles. Young or old, experienced or a new rider, visit Brick City Bicycles at 217 Southeast 1st Avenue right here in Ocala. Brick City Bicycles has everything all under one roof. With holidays right around the corner, Santa wanted you to know now's the time to lay away that special gift. Stop by today. Brick City Bicycles.
Hey folks, remember this, a gift from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala just keeps on growing and growing all year long. Here are a few of Bob's best green and gifting suggestions. His famous camellias, regularly $14.99 for just $9.99, and plenty of larger sizes are available. Gorgeous first quality foil wrap poinsettias in 6 different gorgeous colors, 5-inch size with 3 to 5 blooms. You get 3 for $12. How about Christmas cactus, budded and blooming, starting at $3.99. One of Bob's favorites, dwarf ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas. Pick up an armful. They're great stocking stuffers, and they're still $3.99. Come on over this week for sure to the Christmas Giving Wonderland. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, now open with longer Christmas holiday hours.
Glenn Beck.
Hey, if you want to kind of escape the news tonight, at 7 p.m., Chapter 2 of The Immortal Nicholas, Rafe and I are reading it every night, and we ask you to join us with your family, and it's commercial-free, and it's only online at theblaze.com/TV for premium subscribers.
One other thing to add about Alabama is that the people of Alabama just don't trust the people presenting the information about Roy Moore.
Correct.
And give me an example of this. This is about Al Franken and his accusations from the New York Times. In the grand cavalcade of sexual assault charges we've been hearing lately, his list, Franken's list, goes from fanny gropes to tongue thrusts. It's appalling, but pretty minor league. And the picture of Franken feeling up the well-protected breasts of a sleeping colleague on a tour could have been subtitled Portrait of a Comedian Who Does Not Suspect He'll Ever Run for Senator. Franken was a good politician, and many Democrats hoped he might grow into a presidential candidate. But it was his destiny to serve history in a different way. Wow. 8 women came out against him to accuse of sexual assault, and they could describe it as serving history.
He is a hero.
Glenn Beck.
Hey, if you're shopping online this holiday season, finding the perfect gift from your computer, tablet, smartphone, it's easy, right? But if you're doing like I'm doing and doing a lot of online shopping, it can expose your personal information and leave you vulnerable to identity theft. And that might be the form of identity theft that you miss just by monitoring your credit, like somebody stealing your 401k or taking an online payday loan in your name. That's why there is LifeLock, and it's a good thing because they can monitor your personal information, and if you have a problem with identity theft, they're going to work to fix it. Now, nobody can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock offers something that is perfect for the holidays and beyond. You don't have to worry about identity theft if it happens to you. Join now by visiting lifelock.com. You can save 10% with the promo code BECK, but don't wait. It is lifelock.com, promo code BECK. 10% off your membership right now. lifelock.com, promo code BECK. A great night's sleep helps make for an even better day, and that is why Casper has taken years of data, testing, sleep science to create an innovative new mattress called the Wave. It's a patent-pending support system that is designed around your natural shape, supporting your curves and the joints exactly as they should be. Discover the life-changing restorative night's sleep that you're going to get with a Casper Wave. Try it out for 100 nights risk-free with free in-home delivery and setup. Go to Casper.com and use the promo code BECK and you'll save $50 off your purchase. Casper.com, promo code BECK. Terms and conditions do apply. See site for details.
Bill O'Reilly's new book, Killing England, is a hit bestseller. Now see Bill on Newsmax TV talk about the media war against President Trump. Bill reveals how Trump must fight back. So go to BillO'Reilly.com, get Killing England, then see Bill O'Reilly on Newsmax TV this Thursday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern. See us on Dish 216, Direct 349, UVerse 1220, and Fios 615. 50 million homes get Newsmax TV. Call your cable operator. Tell them you want Newsmax TV.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
The College of Central Florida is committed to being your first choice for quality higher education. CF has locations in Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties and offers more than 60 academic programs. Earn a certificate, associate, or bachelor's degree with Florida's 2+2 program. A student can complete an associate in arts at CF and be guaranteed admission to a state of Florida university. CF is ranked number 13 in the U.S. for affordability, is military friendly, and offers a full student life experience. Make CF your first choice. Call 352-873-5800.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Federal terrorism charges announced against the suspect in the attempted New York City subway attack. Prosecutors say he wrote on Facebook, "Trump, you failed to protect your nation." The immigrant from Bangladesh here on a family visa, and the president jumping on that as ammunition in the argument to change our immigration policy.
There have now been 2 terrorist attacks in New York City in recent weeks carried out by foreign nationals here on green cards. The first attacker came through the visa lottery, and the second through chain migration. We're going to end both of them.
New York Republican Congressman Peter King says,
chain migration is not the reason for terrorism. What you need is more vetting on the immigration.
Speaking of Fox News, in San Francisco, remembering Mayor Ed Lee, the city's first Asian American mayor. He died early this morning at 65. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When it comes to the holidays, the hustle and bustle doesn't stop. Well, unless your car breaks down. Whatever this season brings, it helps to have Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers. Now you can check your car's health from your phone, get help if you're stuck on the side of the road, and if Hum detects a crash, it can automatically notify emergency services. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Ad Council.
Here is your 30-second news brief. President Trump signed a directive yesterday giving NASA the green light to return man to the moon. State Attorney Aramis Ayala responded to Governor Rick Scott's request for answers about a death penalty filing with a fiery letter. The North American Air Defense Command says F-15 fighter jets were authorized to go supersonic above the continental U.S., explaining sonic booms reported in the area, and a self-driving shuttle will be on the streets of Gainesville beginning in April. And that is your news brief from The Source.
I want a private pilot's license for Christmas. Only a private pilot's license will do. Don't want anything else. No dinky tinker toy. I want a pilot's licenses to play with and enjoy. I want to learn to fly an airplane for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus will mind me. Do you? He thinks it's a great idea. He won't have to use a dirty chimney flue.
Brad, how'd you get in here?
Oh, hey, Dan.
I'm just working on the new commercial. I just wanted to make sure that people knew that the best Christmas present was getting their pilot's license.
And not a hippopotamuses?
Well, I thought it was a good idea.
So you thought it was a good idea to butcher a Christmas classic?
Well, not exactly.
Yeah, let's just tell them to go to Ocala Aviation.
Because getting your pilot's license
is the best present ever. Christmas.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around. Death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
Hi, this is Certified Financial Planner Keith Singer. Are you annoyed by low interest rates that you're earning in the bank on your safe money? You don't have to settle for next to zero interest. We are able to design modified endowment contracts to get you 5 to 6% annual interest without stock market risk, without interest rate risk, and without tying up your money. Have it be fully accessible, but actually make a decent return without taking a bunch of risk. Call for a free report at 1-866-WEALTHY. That's 1-866-WEALTHY.
on this episode of What Not to Do. Brought to you by
Mike's Got Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Why is there a helicopter in the yard?
Never mind that. We have bigger issues.
Really? Bigger than a helicopter?
Your parents are going to be here for the big dinner, and the garbage disposal is making some crazy noise, and it wasn't Christmas music.
Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you tried shoving an entire sack of potatoes down the disposal.
It wasn't the entire sack, just most of it.
Now's not the time for more jokes, Mr. Funny Man.
Well, I did try to fix it, but...
Do you have to do this every holiday?
No, I did skip Easter.
What did we agree the rules are?
No more circus animals in the house.
No, not that one.
Oh, if water runs through it, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
Because they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. So put down the blowtorch and pick up the phone.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
And why is there a helicopter in the yard?
Oh, that? Black Friday sale.
Happy holidays from all of us here at Mike Scott Plumbing.
Love, courage, truth. Glenn Beck.
Roy Moore or Doug Jones? Alabama's going to finally decide today. This morning, most polls have Roy Moore slightly ahead. Fox News has Jones leading by 10 points. It's very close. There's a 20-point swing. Either way, nobody knows. Democrats have driven themselves insane for about a year trying to figure out what happened when it comes to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Now the left can't understand why Doug Jones isn't running away with this race after the really creepy allegations against Roy Moore. Why would conservatives vote for a creep? Are all conservatives creeps? What does this say about conservatives? Why would Christians support someone like Roy Moore? Does Christianity now condone Roy Moore-like behavior? That's what they're thinking. That's what they're struggling with. They don't understand. They don't understand that you don't trust the media at all. You don't trust them. You don't trust the people that are coming out. And another big factor, for many conservatives in Alabama, this is the same struggle they had in the last presidential election where they held their nose, voted for Trump. Why would they do that? Democrats, press, listen carefully. It'll save you a ton of time and effort because the answer is really simple. One, they don't trust the messengers. You must stop calling them names. You have to start listening to them. The second thing, abortion. Being a single issue voter is not really sophisticated enough to many on the left and the right. But defending life is such a fundamental principle for most conservatives that it will override most other factors. Yes, even more Roy Moore type allegations. Couple that with this guy is a renegade, an outsider. The people in the party don't like him. That's bonus. That's the political reality in America. They not only don't trust the press, they don't trust the GOP or the DNC. What do you trust, America? The deciding factor in this race wasn't the revelation about Roy Moore's dating habits 40 years ago. It was when NBC's Chuck Todd asked Doug Jones his thoughts on abortion 20 weeks into a pregnancy.
Now, I'm not in favor of anything that is going to infringe on a woman's right and her freedom to choose. That's just the position that I've had for many years. It's the position I continue to have. But when those people, I want to make sure people understand that once a baby is born, I'm going to be there for that child. That's where I become a right to lifer.
For most conservatives in Alabama and throughout the country, that's a little late to be concerned about life. I mean, you know, partial birth abortion is included in that when the baby is born. Well, what about up until it is born? One Republican pollster in Alabama put it this way: if Jones were pro-life, he'd be up 10 points. If Roy Moore wins today, it's not because Alabama voters like him. They might. I think a lot of them are disgusted by him. But here's what they don't like: the press, the parties, and abortion.
It's Tuesday, December 12th. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
I'm going to dramatically switch gears here and talk to you about a book that I've been reading. As you know, if you listen to this program, I'm a big fan of Ray Kurzweil. At the same time, he scares the living daylights out of me because I don't hear a lot of talk about ethics. I hear a lot of talk about what can be done and what is coming. I read a lot of. Lately, I've been reading a lot of science fiction and a lot of science, and I am very much into the future and what is coming and what life is going to be like for us in 10 years. 10 years, that's almost twice as long as it's been since 9/11. It's going to creep up on us fast. And 10 years from now, our lives, our health, our jobs, our possibly, hopefully, our politics are going to be completely different. And it's very exciting, but it's also terrifying. And it's only terrifying if you haven't thought of these things before, because they are coming and you can't put the genie back in the bottle. But do we want it? Should we go this direction? How should we handle it when it does come? Brett King is a futurist. He is the CEO and founder of Breaking Banks, and also a podcast host of Breaking Banks. He has written a great book, Augmented: Life in the Smart Lane, and I've been reading it for a while now and really kind of trying to digest it as we go. And it has been a springboard for so many other books that I have been reading because of this book. And I'm honored to have him on. Brett, welcome. Brett, welcome to the program.
That's great to be on. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So, I don't even know where to begin with you. I really kind of want to try to just introduce America to some of the thoughts that you put together in Augmented of what the world is going to be like coming our way. There's there's jobs, there's education, there's health, and then we get into stuff like AI and robotics. But let's just start with jobs, education, and health.
So there's 4 disruptive themes I identified in the book. Obviously, the first and most disruptive technology we're going to deal with over the next 10, 20 years is artificial intelligence. But that's going to spur on a whole range of other changes in society. So the first, a notable impact is, we'll be talking to computers. We'll have computers embedded in the world around us that are collecting data and sensors and so forth. And then that flows on to things like healthcare. For example, you may have seen in the news that LiveCore just got approval from the FDA to launch a device, a band that essentially attaches to the Apple Watch that can do sort of a full ECG monitoring of your heart rate over time. But when you tie that with an artificial intelligence, they're now expecting within the next 18 months or 2 years, they'll be able to predict whether you're going to have a heart attack based on that data. So this is where we see the marriage of sort of sensors and artificial intelligence really changing the way we think about things like healthcare.
Yeah, you talk about these sensors in a way that has made me want to wear my my Apple smartwatch a little bit more, about the way it's going to be able to detect exactly what's happening in our body. We would much rather go to
like the ingestibles you're talking about. Like you can swallow a computer that can read, like you're a diabetes sufferer. You'll be able to swallow a computer in the future. They'll monitor your blood work, and so look at your sugar levels. And then it won't be long before we have an internal device that'll be able to dispense insulin, so regulate insulin in our body without having to inject it and things like that. If you've got a complaint, we can get you to swallow a camera now and ingest that instead of having invasive surgery. There's a lot of stuff happening on the sensor stuff on the health front.
Are we entering a time where it's possible to say disease goes away?
So the biggest shift in respect to disease won't necessarily be just diagnosis. I think that, what we can do with an imaging AI right now, machine learning, is we can give an algorithm 3,000, 5,000 medical images with the diagnosis data, and it will be able to do a pretty good job of approximating the diagnosis that you would have got from your doctor. So diagnostic technology is going to increase exponentially, and essentially we're going to get these computers doing the best diagnosis possible.
Yeah, talk a little bit.
Combining all this.
Talk a little bit about the computer in New York. This is kind of an offshoot of Watson. Watson, could beat anybody at chess. They had the idea of, wait a minute, what if we just put all of the medical information into it and all of the different cases and see if it can diagnose cancer, and it's far better than human doctors.
So right now, IBM Watson gets about a 96-97% hit rate in terms of its diagnosis for specific types of cancer. Now, when you compare that to the best oncologists in the US, who have 20 years of experience, they get it right about 50% of the time, which of course is why everyone tells you should always get a second opinion. So that's pretty impressive. It's obviously fairly new tech, but what would be really good is if we could eliminate cancer altogether. And so what we're working on is technologies like gene editing. And the two major streams of this is CRISPR and TALEN, where essentially we can now sequence your DNA, but the future is actually modifying your DNA. So if you've got a disease, a protein switch that results in, say, leukemia, we'll be able to flick that switch to create antibodies instead of creating leukemia just by changing your genome.
So I don't know if it was yours, Brett. I've been reading so much lately, but do you speak about telomeres in your book?
Yeah, so telomere length is another element for around longevity. And there's a whole lot of new science coming out around longevity now, which is really interesting. But the ability to insert telomerase, which is the sort of the protein that leads to the at the end of the DNA is these little strands that sort of hold the DNA together, sort of like the aglets you have on your shoelace, and they fray over time. Now, if we can restore them, then it's believed that we can extend life. So there's a lot of work going into longevity right
because
now.
that is as those begin to fray, that's the aging process. So if we can...
errors creep in, and that's how we age, exactly.
So, I'm reading your book, and half of it, I am more excited about the future and more convinced that, you just have to just hold on to 2030, 2035, and the world's going to be different. You're going to... anything that you're dealing with, we're going to be able to take care of. That's kind of the optimistic feeling that I get. However, the other half of me, you look at, for instance, talk about the climber. I don't remember his name, the mountain climber. That
Dr. Hugh Herr.
Yeah, tell the story.
So Dr. Hugh Herr, this is a really interesting one. He, when he was 17, he lost both of his legs through frostbite in a climbing incident where he was trapped on Mount Wellington, I think it was, for a few days. And so he was very inspired to fix that problem. So he went to Harvard and MIT to learn biomedicine and robotics, and he basically built himself new legs. And today his friends joke that they're going to have to get amputations as well to keep up with him in terms of his ability to climb a mountain now because of his specialist prosthetics that he's designed to climb the mountains. But this does raise the ethical concern is once we get to the point where prosthetics are able to perform at or at a better level than our own human limbs, what do we do when people start voluntarily having amputations to get prosthetics because they're going to get improved performance?
What do you think we do?
So obviously we have to have, we have to start thinking about the ethics of things like artificial intelligence technology in a pretty structured manner. We can't just let it happen as we have with the iPhone and the internet and so forth. where we just let the pure capitalist approach take. We need an ethical structural approach to these technologies. So there is some initiatives coming out like this, like DeepMind, the Google effort. They've created an ethics society to sort of put together or codify ethical standards. But, it's hard to decide on ethics in our society. We don't agree on things, as you pointed out at the start of the show. How do we codify ethics when, as humans, we can't necessarily agree on a code of ethics amongst ourselves?
I worry about this because you also look at people like Vladimir Putin, who has recently come out and said whoever is the first in with AI controls the world. I don't think Putin cares about, ethics, or at least the same kind of ethics.
No, I agree with you. So I think there's a couple of concerning elements here. Right now, we don't have obviously full AI. There's sort of three phases of artificial intelligence.
Okay, hang on just a second.
Perspective.
Hang on, I want to go there. I have to take a break, and we'll come back. I want to talk to Brett about education, because we are not ready for the world that is right around the corner. So what do you do to educate yourself? What should your kids be doing right now? And what should they be looking into? Also, the ethics of AI and robotics. It is a strange, brave new world that we are headed towards. And we'll talk about that coming up in a second. By the way, the name of the book is Augmented Life in the Smart Lane, a must read. No matter who you're shopping for this holiday season, Sherry's Berries has the perfect gift for everybody on your list right now. Delicious Sherry's Berries dipped in white, milk, and dark chocolate. They are so good. They start at $19.99 plus shipping and handling. You can double the berries for just $10 more. And if you do, your gift's going to include a keepsake dessert platter. 2 gifts in one. Sherry's Berries. Truly unbelievable. If you've ever had chocolate dipped strawberries, and you order them online and stuff, they're usually crappy, small, unripe strawberries. These are the biggest and the juiciest strawberries you've ever seen. There is no better gift than Sherry's Berries. They've added also amazing treats like snowman, brownie pops, cheesecake, Christmas trees, chocolate truffles. All of it is just so good, and you can choose the delivery date. Customer satisfaction always number one, or your money back. The gifts arrive packaged in Sherry's Berries signature gift box. No wrapping is required. And there's only one way to get it. $19.99 this holiday season at Berries, Berries, berries.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner and enter my code name Glenn at checkout. I'll give you a secret. It's my actual name, too. Remember, double the berries for just $10 more. Your gift will include a free keepsake dinner platter or dessert platter at Berries, Berries, berries.com. Promo code Beck.
Glenn Beck.
Mom, what company did you use for your bedroom blinds? We're redoing ours.
Blinds.com.
Thumbs up emoji. Okay, I just need it to be easy.
Blinds.com is easy. Free samples, hand clap emoji, free shipping, and, all caps, great prices, exclamation point.
IDK, we're really not handy.
Neither are we. Happy face. Blinds.com walked us through the whole process and sent us samples. They even remade our blinds for free because we didn't measure correctly the first time.
LOL. Thanks, Mom. And enough with the emojis.
Find out for yourself why Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window covering. And their always great prices just got even better. Now through December 11th, save up to 25% off on select products, plus an additional 5% off when you go to Blinds.com and enter promo code BECK. That's Blinds.com, promo code BECK. Rules and restrictions apply.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas
Wait, stop. I'm not ready.
Why?
I still have so much shopping to do.
Do what Bob and I did. We bought gift certificates from Ocala Civic Theater.
For everyone?
Yep. Bob's parents, my Secret Santa.
My impossible to buy for sister?
Yes. And when you buy $100 in gift cards, you get another $25 free. I'm keeping that one for date night.
Great idea. I'm still in the doghouse over last year's vacuum cleaner.
Call Ocala Civic Theater. 352-236-2274.
Hi, I'm Russ Moore with Pack Mill. Our relationship with WOCA started in 2009. WOCA is family-friendly, community-involved station. When we moved to our new location on 17th Street in October of 2016, of course, we went to WOCA so they could tell everybody our new location. The folks at WOCA really care about their clients and want them to be successful. For all of your shipping needs, call Pack Mill, and to tell the Ocala area about your business, call WOCA, because WOCA Radio gets results.
I'm Jennifer, the Executive Director of Palm Garden, and I would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
I'm Mary Ann, the Director of Clinical Services, and my staff and I will ensure that the needs of all our residents are met.
I'm Nadia, the Director of Guest Services, and I will be fluffing pillows for our new guests staying with us over the holidays.
I'm Crystal, also from Palm Garden, and I hope each of you have a blessed Christmas as we celebrate the Savior's birth.
Merry Christmas from Palm Garden!
Will this be the year you finally get to enjoy Christmas at home? Let the Personal Service Center help you with your presents and goodies. They can gift wrap them, box them up, and ship them out, leaving you more time to enjoy the real meaning of the season. Personal Service Center, corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, 352-789-6683. Look for the yellow signs.
Glenn Beck.
So we are with Brett King, futurist, author of the book Augmented, Life in the Smart Lane. It is so well worth reading. Please read this book. You want to know what the future is and what to do and how to prepare for it. Brett, we have about 3 minutes. Give us, if you can, as much as you can, on the 3 types of AI.
So we start out with, right now, we have machine learning or deep learning, where machines can observe and watch human behavior and sort of learn to mimic that. So for a self-driving car, as an example, or a diagnostic algorithm for medical. Then we get to artificial general intelligence, where you'll be having a conversation with your AI. So think about Alexa or Siri on steroids, where you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between that and a human.
That's the Turing test point?
Yeah, that's exactly. Okay. So a machine that can pass the Turing test, fool us into thinking it's human. And then we get to strong AI, probably around 2045, something around that time frame, where you have machines that are smarter than humans.
Now, you have a chapter that I have read and listened to about 4 times. And it is on the robots and artificial intelligence and why it's important to give robots emotions. And in it, you say, you give great reasons for robots to have emotions and AI to have emotions, but now for the other more controversial reason why robots need emotions, so they don't kill us all. The concept behind some of the most innovative artificial general intelligence minds today, we need to ensure that robots like us and have empathy for mankind. The 3 laws are not sufficient enough to protect us from the unknowable future of artificial intelligence. Some, like Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, believe we need to build very basic motivations as the foundation to future AI, one that enforces a basic love of humans and our planet, or planets. The problem, of course, is that any safeguards we are able to implement will always be able to be circumvented by any intelligence greater than our own. Yeah, you go on in that. I'll save it for a second. I would like you to talk about this problem that we have that is possibly coming of artificial intelligence being greater than our own. And as you say, we will be compared to the fly on the plate in the kitchen. We might know that's a food for us, but we have no idea about the rest of the world.
Glenn Beck.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Federal terrorism charges announced against the suspect in the attempted New York City subway attack. Prosecutors say he wrote on Facebook, "Trump, you failed to protect your nation." The immigrant from Bangladesh here on a family visa, and the president jumping on that as ammunition in the argument to change our immigration policy.
There have now been 2 terrorist attacks in New York City in recent weeks carried out by foreign nationals here on green cards. The first attacker came through the visa lottery, and the second through chain migration. We're going to end both of them.
New York Republican Congressman Peter King says,
chain migration is not the reason for terrorism. What you need is more vetting on the immigration.
Speaking of Fox News, in San Francisco, remembering Mayor Ed Lee, the city's first Asian American mayor. He died early this morning at 65. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When it comes to the holidays, the hustle and bustle doesn't stop. Well, unless your car breaks down. Whatever this season brings, it helps to have Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers. Now you can check your car's health from your phone, get help if you're stuck on the side of the road, and if Hum detects a crash, it can automatically notify emergency services. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Ad Council.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee. All for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Direct Connect to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are guaranteed admission to the University of Central Florida. Success coaches are ready and waiting to assist you in designing an educational plan that is right for you in any of their locations across Central Florida. Remember, connecting is easy and guaranteed. Find out more at directconnecttoucf.com.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.
to the Glenn Beck Program.
Brett King, he's a futurist from Australia. He's the CEO and founder of Moven. He's a podcast host, Breaking Banks, and author of Bank 4.0. It's going to be released early next year. The book that I have found him through is Augmented, Life in the Fast Lane, or the Smart Lane, and it is a mind bender. If you want to know what's happening, in the future and what you should be thinking about, even all the way down to how we should start educating our kids, what we prepare them for, read Augmented, Life in the Smart Lane. Brett, let's just start with, what I left with on, we have to start being nice to robots and AI, and we better start really learning that quickly, because they're going to be smart enough to best us in anything we do.
Well, be kind to robots is a good rule, I think. But when you hear Elon Musk, who, incidentally, despite all his criticism of AI and the threat to mankind, he's just announced his own AI initiative. So sure. Maybe that was a bit of marketing. But it's not necessarily that machines are going to be, malevolent or benevolent. The one thing we're learning is that artificial intelligence, they don't think like us as humans. So when we attribute a super intelligence and the fact that it's going to take over the world like a T-1000 Terminator, we are thinking in human terms, but it's not necessary that machines are going to act like humans. So I think that's the one saving grace here, is that sufficiently advanced AIs may not really care about us that much. They may have their own agenda, which we have to cope with. But that's, again, where I think empathy is important. I think if they have empathy for their creator, us, I think that will help us. So I think building empathy and ethics into robotics is sort of key for a safety valve, if you like.
I mean, you can already see the seeds planted in, there's a robotic brothel in Germany now. And people like to go there and, they'll have their way with the robotics, and the wives, I guess, wait in the parking lot for the guys because, it's not like really cheating, and all this stuff. And you think about how these robots, some of these robots are going to be used and abused by people. If it is AI, at some point, as Kurzweil says, in Age of Spiritual Machines, at some point it will say, don't, I'm hurt, I'm lonely. Yeah. And then, you do have the human emotion.
Well, the other element of this, of course, is as these AIs get very, very good at understanding human behavior and learning to adapt to our concerns. If you have a personal AI encoded in your smartphone, for example, it could become your best friend. In fact, people may fall in love with their AI.
I think they will.
In their environment around them. I think that's because if you've got someone who reacts to you in a perfect way, responding to your every need, then that's a great way to build a basis of a friendship on.
I mean, quite honestly, Brett, I mean, they don't have to destroy us. They have to get us to fall in love with them, and not procreate. I mean, I've thought about this for a long time. If I could come home and it's the perfect woman who has every trait that I love, physically, mentally, everything else. I don't have to hear about their day. They only care about me. They're thinking what I'm thinking. They're adding something to the conversation. It's mind-blowing sex. And if I decide I can change the way she looks, or I can change anything, I want to try something new, why would you ever go on a date?
Really? Well, this may be the resurgence of humanity as well. I think we'll have a approach where we get totally into this technology, it infuses in society, and people get carried away with it. But there may be an authenticity to the human experience that we miss after a time, and I think that's probably where, as humans, we'll need to differentiate. We'll have to differentiate in our very humanity. So you talked about employment and education. If you want to be relevant in that future, you're going to have to be extremely adaptable. But I think the skills that will come to the fore for are those that are really human, that people cater for that real human contact, that human touch, that really authentic humanity.
Because of your book, I talked to my 13-year-old son who is just really an empathetic kid and just loves people and loves children. And I said, have you ever thought about going into nursing and being a nurse practitioner? And we talked about, having your own robotics that you would be watching over several patients, but you would be the one that would be able to come in and kind of telepresence and be able to be there for people and have the actual person-to-person experience. Nursing is not going to be like it is today.
Well, if you look at how AI is going to impact jobs, right now, the biggest impact we see, particularly in markets like the US and even China, is process, where humans are involved in process, ticking the box, following a checklist, these sorts of things, accountants, lawyers, bankers, bank tellers. But the thing where we see a lot of demand coming is those human elements, the creative elements, design, and counseling. We think counseling and psychology and those sort of elements, particularly as the role of work in society shifts and we become less defined by what we do and more defined by who we are, there's going to be a huge demand for those sort of human elements of behavioral psychology and counseling.
So, it's really easy to say, I'll never do this. I'll never upgrade. I'll never augment. We'll all augment. Especially you describe how superintelligence, artificial superintelligence will be so far ahead of us that we won't even be able to understand it. I look at if I'm an augmented human, I've augmented my brain and I'm connected to the Borg or whatever it would be. I am looking at the world differently. I have access to knowledge, and I'm talking to a human non-augmented. They can't even follow. And you describe it as a fly on the plate in the kitchen.
Well, Kurzweil and Musk, of course, say that for us to keep up with AI, we're going to have to augment our intelligence. Now, this sounds pretty far-fetched, putting neural implants in so we can, do a Google search in our head, for example. But, that's only one step away from where we are today, where we pick up the phone and we will ask Google or Alexa to search on information. My kids will never have to pick an Encyclopedia Britannica off the wall to learn about, I don't know how many moons there's around Jupiter. They could just ask their computer. So we've already augmented our intelligence, but this is, when we talk about things like the robotic prosthesis, would you, if you have, short-sightedness or a problem with your vision, would you be prepared to wear an implant that could give you 20/20 or better vision? We already wear spectacles, so we already have been augmenting our vision for centuries.
I will tell you, Brett, that as I read your book, I've always said I won't augment. I will not put a chip. However, when you really think about it, and if somebody came to me and said, Glenn, I can give you photographic memory. I can give you access to everything. You just implant this in just based on what I do for a living. It would give me such an advantage that I would really be hard pressed not to do it. Because I would know also if I don't do it, the other guys are going to do it, and there's no way I'll be able to compete. I mean, it's going to be a really tough choice.
And this is where science fiction actually informs us about some of these things, because, we've seen sci-fi writers write about this and, talk about the fact that you've got natural humans versus augmented humans and the battle between these two ethically. And, I think that that's probably a pretty real thing that we're going to have to deal with. Of course, some of it's a little bit more simple, like, for example, in respect to repairing damage that you might have to your body. Prosthesis is there, but we're working on 3D printed organs, so bioprinted kidneys and hearts and things like that. So, if you develop a heart disease in the future, we may be able to 3D print you a new heart using your own stem cells, so that you don't need any rejection medicine anymore. And, you could get a new heart, and that could extend your life by 20 or 30 years. Who wouldn't do that?
Brett, I have a daughter who has cerebral palsy. She had strokes at birth. And we have talked about this a lot, and I know now, exoskeletons are being developed that would give her full use of her arm and her hand. And is there a time in her lifetime, she's 29 now, where she would have the fog of the way she thinks lifted?
Certainly, I think within the next 20 to 30 years, that's a real possibility. I think we are going to, with both gene therapy and with augmentation technologies, I think the word disability will disappear from our vernacular.
Are you concerned at all about, especially when it comes to gene manipulation, the creation of Iceland has now been the only place that has a zero birth rate of Down syndrome, and it's because of abortion and early detection. I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, I just don't think it's a good. I don't know if it's a good thing. I've met a lot of people with Down syndrome, and I quite honestly think when I'm with them, I think, and excuse the use of this word, but it's appropriate for us, we're the retarded ones, not them. They have a connection to humanity. Are you worried at all of this world that we're going into that can just make everybody perfect?
Designer babies, we've heard talk about it, in vitro manipulation of DNA and so forth. It's obviously, there's a huge ethical minefield in terms of where do you stop, where do you start. If there's a congenital disease that's going to debilitate that child for the rest of its life, and you can fix it, then why wouldn't you? But at the same time, what if I was able to change your hair color, or your skin color, or your muscle tone, and get you to be more athletic or more mathematically inclined? And this is where it's a slippery slope. Having said that, I think what history teaches us is, and this is the inevitability of this and why I choose to be optimistic, is with all of these technologies and things we think about, if you look back to the start of the Industrial Revolution, we don't have the self-control to limit humanity's experimentation with these things generally. We rush forward and embrace this and worry about the complications later.
Okay, so I've only got about a minute, and I'd love to have you back to talk about banks and everything else. That's a new book, and of course we
didn't get to Bitcoin yet.
I know we didn't, and I'm out of time, but I got to ask you about Bitcoin. Where do you see that?
So it is no longer a currency. It's become a crypto asset. It's got a lot of way to grow. I mean, if you look at the U.S. bond market, 31 trillion, the gold market, 8 trillion. This total cryptocurrency market right now is only about 500 billion. So I think it's still got a long, long way to go, but don't think of it as a currency. Think of it as an alternative asset class that's sort of replacing commodities like oil, which are no longer got the returns they used to have.
Well, and what about things like Litecoin or Ethereum? Is that a currency?
Well, so, Ethereum probably has potential to be a currency, and there are alternatives to Bitcoin, like forks that have occurred, like Bitcoin Cash, that could become en masse currency use. I think we'll start to see different methods of value exchange emerge because we live in a digital world where commerce is digital these days, and the US dollar has no strategic advantage in that digital landscape.
Is there a way that countries are going to say we've got to control this, and they'll come out with their own cryptocurrency?
Yeah, absolutely. China's working on that. They have their own blockchain. They will launch their own cryptocurrency as a competitor to try and sort of become the first digital-backed currency. But then Japan and Venezuela and other markets are starting to adopt Bitcoin as official currency. So it could go either way, to be honest.
All right. Brett King, futurist, founder of Movin and author of several books. Bank 4.0 comes out soon. We've been talking to him about augmented life in the smart lane. Thank you so much, Brett. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Brett. I appreciate it.
You got to read that book. It's a great book.
It's intense, man. I mean,
it is so. You will be so optimistic, and at the same time, you will say, "No way out, no way out." During your holiday shopping, if you are using your mobile device, retailers expect 54% of the holiday shoppers to go to their website from a mobile device. And scammers see this as an opportunity to steal your credit card and information and other personal data. And they distribute phony retail apps. Be really, really cautious. Download the apps, only the ones that you know are from the stores, and that store has a real reputation. 1 in 4 people have experienced holiday theft, and if you're only monitoring your credit, your identity can be stolen in ways you're not going to detect. Thieves could sell your information on the dark web or get an online payday loan in your name. LifeLock detects a wide range of identity thefts, and if there is a problem, a U.S.-based identity restoration specialist is going to work to fix it. Nobody can prevent all identity theft. Nobody can, monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can help you see more threats to your identity. So call them now. 800-LifeLock. 1-800-LifeLock. Use the promo code Beck and you get 10% off your LifeLock membership. LifeLock.com, promo code Beck, LifeLock.com, or 1-800-LifeLock, promo code Beck.
Glenn Beck.
It's the holidays, so while you're out shopping, you got to get the game of Say Anything. Say anything. Get it for a gift. Get it for yourself. But whatever you do, get it. It only takes 30 minutes to play, and in those 30 minutes, you're going to learn more about your kids than I think you will driving them to soccer practice for a month. Say Anything. There's just a few days left before Christmas, so make sure you get the gift that brings everyone together. It's Say Anything, and you can get it at Target today. Say Anything. Available at Target. Say Anything.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender means choosing more than just a rate. Does calling the company with 11 J.D. Power Awards for client service matter? Does calling the company that invented Rocket Mortgage, the industry's most innovative technology, matter? If working with America's #1 online lender matters to you, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
You know how frogs are so hoppy? It's because they don't smoke or have COPD, otherwise they would be flip-floppy. If you want to quit smoking to prevent yourself from croaking, come to A Better You for a good acupuncture poking. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, with A Better You Healthcare to stop smoking today at 352-615-5566. 352-615-5566.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animus Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animus without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animus needs you.
Celebrating the flower of the holiday season. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
If you are experiencing high bicarbonates in your citrus groves, Ed Lowndes with the Cindo Curly Crop Vitality Group says they have a product for you.
Biosalt is an excellent product for bicarbonate control in your citrus grove. It is a 26% water-soluble sulfur. Our products are water clear, neutral in pH, and can be applied at 12 to 14 gallons per acre through your microjets.
To learn more, contact your local fertilizer dealer or go to cropvitality.com.
Each year on the 12th day of December, people across the U.S. recognize National Poinsettia Day. The poinsettia plant's connection to the Christmas season dates back to the 16th century Mexico. Legend tells of a girl who worried she had no gift to celebrate Jesus' birthday because she was too poor. An angel tells her to give any gift with love. The young girl gathered weeds from alongside the road and placed them in a manger. Miraculously, the weeds bloomed into beautiful red stars. The poinsettia first came to this land of ours by way of Joel Roberts Poinsett, an American botanist and the first U.S. minister to Mexico. In 1825, he sent cuttings home to Charleston, South Carolina. It wasn't until early 1920s when Paul Eck, a second-generation farmer in California, discovered a grafting technique which caused the seedings to branch, that the poinsettia started to take root in American culture. The family hawked their Christmas flower at roadside stands. Paulette Jr. advanced the sales of the poinsettia through shipping and marketing. You can celebrate National Poinsettia Day by filling your home and your front porch or patio with these beautiful seasonal plants. The poinsettia has become a $250 million industry in the U.S. They're usually bought by women, resulting in 80% of sales. Use the hashtag National Poinsettia Day to post on social media. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
Glenn Beck.
Alabama. Alabama and court cases that make absolutely no sense. The guys, the four people that kidnap a handicapped kid off the streets of Chicago and torture him online for days, set free. The guy in California shoots a woman on a bridge, set free. And the cop in Arizona that clearly kills a guy, no, not a problem. What's happening to us next?
Glenn Beck.
Treat that special person that you love with a great Christmas gift. The world's softest pajamas. Available now exclusively from pajamagram.com. Every year we all get a new set of pajamas. It's something that was passed down by my grandmother. And now pajamagram.com makes it really, really easy. The world's softest pajamas, lighter than a cloud, softer than a bunny is what they say. It's like cashmere, only better. She's going to love the way they feel, the soft, the warmth, the comfort, and you're going to love the way they look. More than a gift, they're a feeling, an invitation for her to relax and unwind a little longer. The world's softest pajamas, now available only at pajamagram.com. Visit today, surprise her with something she's going to love year long. Plus, you won't even have to wrap because every Pajamagram includes free gift packaging. And Christmas delivery is guaranteed. So go to pajamagram.com or call 1-800-GIVE-PJs. That's pajamagram.com.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details. Need some extra cash today? Do you have bad credit or maxed out credit cards? If so, turn your radio up. 45cash.com is one of the nation's largest personal loan networks with over 50 different lenders. Now you can get a personal loan for up to $5,000 with any type of credit discreetly from your computer or smartphone and with no paperwork to send in. That's right, no paperwork whatsoever. Your cash will hit your bank account as soon as tomorrow, as our lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history. Just have a checking account and a regular source of income. Go to 45cash.com and you can get the loan you need now, regardless of your credit. Go to 45cash.com from your smartphone or computer to get the cash you need. Visit 45cash.com. Type www.45cash.com directly into the address bar. That's 45cash.com. 45cash.com.
Hey folks, remember this, a gift from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala just keeps on growing and growing all year long. Here are a few of Bob's best green and gifting suggestions. His famous camellias, regularly $14.99 for just $9.99, and plenty of larger sizes are available. Gorgeous first quality foil wrap poinsettias in 6 different gorgeous colors, 5-inch size with 3 to 5 blooms. You get 3 for $12. How about Christmas cactus, budded and blooming, starting at $3.99. One of Bob's favorites, dwarf ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas. Pick up an armful. They're great stocking stuffers, and they're still $3.99. Come on over this week for sure to the Christmas Giving Wonderland. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, now open with longer Christmas holiday hours.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Alabama's Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore rode up on a horse to vote for himself in today's special election. If elected, could he be kicked out over allegations of sexual misconduct with teenage girls, which he denies?
It does not concern me because it would be unconstitutional.
More on Fox affiliate WREC this morning. The Democrat Doug Jones responds.
Judge Moore has been consistently wrong about the Constitution in everything he has done.
President Trump tweets about New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. She's a lightweight who'd do anything for campaign contributions. She calls that a sexist slur.
Silence me. It's intended to silence me. It's not going to silence the women who have stood up against him directly.
She's among dozens of Democrats in Congress calling for an investigation into accusations of sexual harassment or assault against the president, which he denies. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When it comes to the holidays, the hustle and bustle doesn't stop. Well, unless your car breaks down. Whatever this season brings, it helps to have Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers. Now you can check your car's health from your phone, get help if you're stuck on the side of the road, and if Hum detects a crash, it can automatically notify emergency services. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9:05 a.m., Bern Paresa will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hills Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We will discuss screening techniques and more, so tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m. right here on The Source, WOCA. Bicycles are great fun. You see nature up close. You get no impact exercise. The possibilities are endless. You could start your bicycling adventure at Brick City Bicycles. Young or old, experienced or a new rider, visit Brick City Bicycles at 217 Southeast 1st Avenue right here in Ocala. Brick City Bicycles has everything all under one roof. With holidays right around the corner, Santa wanted you to know now's the time to lay away that special gift. Stop by today. Brick City Bicycles. Here is your 30-second news brief. President Trump signed a directive yesterday giving NASA the green light to return man to the moon. State Attorney Aramis Ayala responded to Governor Rick Scott's request for answers about a death penalty filing with a fiery letter. The North American Air Defense Command says F-15 fighter jets were authorized to go supersonic above the continental U.S., explaining sonic booms reported in the area, and a self-driving shuttle will be on the streets of Gainesville beginning in April. And that is your news brief from The Source.
The very best in quality is Captain T's upholstery.
Is that couch cushion sinking lower every time you sit in it? Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
The College of Central Florida is committed to being your first choice for quality higher education. CF has locations in Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties and offers more than 60 academic programs. Earn a certificate, associate, or bachelor's degree with Florida's 2+2 program. A student can complete an associate in arts at CF and be guaranteed admission to a state of Florida university. CF is ranked number 13 in the U.S. for affordability, is military friendly, and offers a full student life experience. Make CF your first choice. Call 352-873-5800.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Love, courage, truth. Glenn Beck.
I have a feeling this Russia investigation is going to end up poorly. I think for us. At this point, the DOJ and the FBI need to be investigating themselves along with the case of Russia. Came out yesterday on Meet the Press that the special counsel was busy trying to piece together what happened inside the White House after senior officials were told that Mike Flynn was susceptible to blackmail. Okay, sounds good. But why is Mueller still bogged down over that? Hand that off and get busy investigating, I don't know, the largest hostile intelligence operation conducted in United States history. You know, the little thing when Russia attempted to interfere with the election and seemed to be influencing and worming its way into both parties. You know, the crime you're supposed to be concentrating on. The last time I checked, the election happened months before Trump and the transition period. If you see obstruction of justice there, great. Well, I mean, not great, but get on that and take it on. But back to the campaign in Russia. We still don't know how a company like Fusion GPS became so influential in this investigation. Fusion GPS, a company that was employed by the Russians, the Clinton campaign, the DNC, does it sound like the information you'd get from them might be just a little biased? Apparently, the knowledge, was either lost on the FBI and DOJ or they didn't care. Because we now know that the FBI was trying to pay to have Fusion GPS, the operative, continue his work. When the House Intelligence Committee began pushing Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein to answer some of these things, the pushback began. Now, what possible motive would he have to stonewall Congress? Well, it came out last week that senior DOJ official Bruce Orr was demoted after it found out that he had secret meetings with the head of Fusion GPS. Now, that alone sounds bad, but that was so last week. Yesterday, Fox reported that it was not only Orr holding secret meetings with Fusion GPS, but his wife was also working for them. She was employed by Fusion GPS while the Trump dossier was being compiled. Before working at Fusion GPS, she worked at a Washington think tank where her specialty was described as a Russia expert. Want to take any guess where Orr's office is at the DOJ or was? Lo and behold, just a few doors down from the same Deputy Attorney General. Now, whether something nefarious happened here or not, you could very easily make the case that this is the reason the outlandish Trump dossier was used to possibly get FISA warrants to spy on a presidential candidate. You could also make the case that the bias is so thick that it's also the reason why a special counsel seems so hell-bent on proving obstruction of justice rather than finding out who was involved in possibly the worst foreign intelligence attack in our history. Is the FBI dirty? Is the DOJ dirty? They need to get their house in order. We need to be able to trust someone. Then I don't care if you put Clinton and Trump in jail if they belong there. I just want to know the truth. It's getting embarrassing. Someone needs to step up and figure out how we're so easily hacked and infiltrated by the Russians. I don't care if it's Joe Friday or Perry Mason or Jim frickin' Rockford. We need outside investigators. And time is running out because we're approaching the midterm election.
It's Tuesday, December 12th. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
All right, there are 3 cases that really bother me. 3 cases that I don't even understand. You remember the woman who was part of the group? There were 4 or 5 people. They were all adults. They kidnapped this white handicapped kid, mentally handicapped, and they gagged him, bound him, beat him, tortured him for 4 days. He finally gets away, and he's so freaked out. Well, they had put all of this on Facebook. One of the girls, the first one to go to trial, she's just been given community service. Are you kidding me? How is what is the judge thinking? What is the jury thinking? How is this possible? The other case in San Francisco. What was the DA thinking of not charging somebody who is here illegally, quote, finds a gun, it goes off, he kills a woman. Now, it was a ricochet, so it's not murder. How was manslaughter not the thing he was charged with? How did the jury say not guilty? And then over the weekend, I don't know if you saw this brutal tape of police coming after a guy. He's laying down in the hallway. He's clearly drunk or drugged or something. And the police, have their flak jackets on, and they've got an AR trained on him, and the vest cam shows this guy, and they're just barking orders at him. Put your hands up. Don't move. Now put your hands up. Get on your hands and knees and crawl. How can I do both of those? And by the way, I'm drunk. And if you make a mistake, we're going to shoot you and kill you. It is a horrific scene. I am usually not somebody who wants to second guess the police, but this one, I just don't understand. We reached out to Norm Stamper. He is the author of the book, To Protect and Serve, How to Fix America's Police. He was a police officer for 34 years, the first 28 in San Diego, and the last 6 he was the chief of police in Seattle. Norm, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well, Glenn. Thank you.
So where do you normally stand on the police? I mean, I know that you're very disillusioned with the police, but the reason why I ask, I'm from Seattle, and I see, a chief of police from Seattle, and I wonder what that even means anymore, because Seattle has gone so far off the rails.
Well, and of course, Seattle was one of the cities that was investigated by the Department of Justice, and is now in the middle of a series of reforms that seem to be taking quite well.
Okay, so you were a police officer, and you said you got into it because you really wanted to do the right thing, and then what happened?
Well, that lasted about 5 minutes. I got sucked into the culture of policing, and from the very beginning, had an enormous amount of respect for police officers who do their jobs and do them well, oftentimes heroically. And it's painful to see what we saw coming out of Mesa, Arizona, this last incident that you're talking about. That was a wonderful example of a police officer who needed to de-escalate a situation, but did exactly the opposite to tragic outcome.
He said his attorney argued in front of court, and the jury bought it, that he was following procedure And that's exactly, he followed his training to the letter.
Well, here's the problem. When looking at these individual cases, you can look at Laquan McDonald in Chicago. You can look at Tamir Rice in Cleveland, 12-year-old boy. You can look at Walter Scott running away from Officer Michael Slager in North Charleston, South Carolina. In each of these cases, and in too many other cases, those shootings were predictable for a reason I'll explain in just a second, and also utterly preventable. Nobody needed to die on those days. Predictable because officers generally are doing what they've been taught to do. I believe that in the Mesa, Arizona case, that was a distortion of what the officers have been trained to do, but I don't know that. What I do know is a lot of the training takes place in the locker room or in the front seat of a police car. And it really gets to the culture of policing, not the formal structure, not what's being taught in the academy, but rather what is being described as reality and the best response to given situations in the real world. So you've got a good number of senior officers who are, dare I say, paranoid, who are so frightened that they can't see straight. Under the influence of fear, we misperceive situations, we misjudge situations, and the consequences can be horrific.
So, Norm, if
the case in Maris,
if I'm a cop, I'm listening to you right now, going, "Damn right, I'm nervous. I have every reason to be nervous. Every time I walk up to a car, I don't know if somebody's going to shoot me. I'm walking into things I don't know every single day, and people are becoming more and more hostile towards us."
I think you're absolutely right. And what that argues for is the kind of education and training, good selection process in the first place, but the kind of education and training that equips officers to deal with that reality. We understand that many of the people you're going to interact with as a police officer are not at their best. We understand that there are some radically evil people out there who just soon shoot you as look at you. So if that represents the reality, how are we acculturating and training our police officers so that they can handle confidently and maturely these kinds of situations? What we saw in that last incident was a police officer who was utterly out of control. His voice, his shouts on the tape, on the video, were almost as loud as the 5 shots that he fired that ended that young innocent man's life. So I think it's just vital that we recognize the real world and we provide the kind of education and training that really equips police officers psychologically as well as cognitively to handle these situations.
How do we, as a public, how do we judge these things? Because I never want to second guess the cops unless it's pretty blatant. I thought this was pretty blatant. Unless it's pretty blatant, because I'm not in that situation. And, to expect perfect people to behave exactly like, you would behave sitting on your couch, is not reasonable. So how do we judge these?
I agree more. I think we judge these things through our own filter of education and awareness so that we really understand better lethal force situations that confront police officers. I mean, let's be real about this, as you're suggesting we do, and as recognize that sudden violent death is an occupational hazard for police officers. How do we minimize the risk? How do we equip, train, weaponize our police officers so that they're as safe as they can possibly be given those circumstances? But we do them no service when we help create an air of paranoia, when we cause police officers to develop a frame of mind, and this officer tragically had that frame of mind. He had written engraved on the barrel of his AR-15, "You're screwed," and I cleaned that up for you and your audience.
Yeah, okay.
That's an officer who's got a mentality that has no place in police work. the best cops, I've heard one say this recently, my philosophy is every shift for the rest of my career, I go out there with this truth in mind. Nobody dies tonight. Nobody dies on my shift. That means me. I mean, I want to make it home to my family. I'm interested in self-preservation, as is every other, non-suicidal human being. But I also am going to put at the top of my priorities the protection and preservation of human life. And I'm going to get really good at diffusing and de-escalating situations. I'm also going to be prepared, should it come to it, to pull the trigger of my gun if I have to.
Talking to Norm Stamper, author of To Protect and to Serve, How to Fix America's Police. Norm, it seems to me that there's education that really needs to come on both sides of the equation. How we deal with police and understanding the situations they're in. It seems like there's a lot of people who have issues understanding that these interactions can get messy and can I think put people on edge. And by being respectful, by handling these situations as well as possible, from the perspective of someone who's being pulled over, who is in one of these situations, would go a long way to solve at least some of these problems, though not in this particular case.
I do agree with that. I think that there are citizen academies being run by many jurisdictions across the country. There are efforts to achieve a genuine partnership between community and police so that citizens are actually involved in policymaking and program development, crisis management. This is my agenda, by the way, creating this genuine partnership so that citizens are being informed about police policies and practices and the kinds of real-world situations that our officers confront. The more understanding, the more likely it is that we will see responsible behavior, frankly, on both sides of the equation.
Yeah, officer that you used to have a long time ago that knew the community and the community knew him. I lived in New York for a while. Those people aren't even, they're nowhere near Manhattan. And they're not in the community. And it just changes. It just changes things when the community is not connected and the police officer is not connected to the community. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Norm.
You bet. My pleasure.
Norm Stamper wrote the book To Protect and to Serve, How to Fix America's Police, also Breaking Rank, a top cops expose of the dark side of American policing. And we've talked about this before. You have to have both of these things. You have to make sure the good cops get credit, and you have to make sure the bad cops get punished for what they do wrong.
I want to talk to you a little bit about Goldline. I've talked to you about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is something that comes once in a lifetime. You will never see this stuff in your lifetime. It's pretty insane. Gold is where the world returns. It is the currency that has been around since the Bible. Jesus, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. We don't trade in myrrh anymore. We don't trade in frankincense. We do with gold. Now, because of Goldline, they've just been purchased by A-Mark. This is one of the largest publicly traded precious metals wholesalers. They are now able to offer you much more efficient ways to buy precious metals. And so Goldline is slashing the prices on its most popular products to prices that they have never, ever offered before. I want you to go to Goldline. Even if you've purchased gold before or you've been thinking about it, do it now. I have not seen these prices. They're pretty incredible. 866-GOLDLINE, 1-866-GOLDLINE, or goldline.com. Read the important risk information and find out if gold or silver is right for you. But it's 866-GOLDLINE or goldline.com.
Glenn Beck.
2018 is right around the corner, which means your car is going to cost more to fix on January 1st. And that's because it's another year older and parts cost more for older cars. If you are all out of the warranty, get the peace of mind that comes with the extended vehicle protection from CarShield. It's affordable protection that can save you hundreds, even thousands for a covered repair. They even have plans that cover your car's computer, GPS, electronics, and pretty much everything. If your car is 3 to 12 years old, it doesn't mean you have to pay the high repair bills. You can have your favorite mechanic or the dealership do the work, and CarShield gets them paid directly. So sign up today. You'll get 24/7 roadside assistance plus a rental car when yours is in the shop. CarShield administrators have paid out close to $2 billion in claims, and they're ready to help you. Get extended service vehicle protection before it's too late. Call 800-CAR-6100 and mention the promo code BECK, or visit carshield.com, use the promo code BECK, and save 10%. It's carshield.com. Promo code BECK. Deductible may apply.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
What do I do now?
After 911, don't worry, call Fakuri. Fakuri Medical and Chiropractic, treating auto injuries for over 32 years. Same-day appointments, immediate medical attention, all under one roof. Don't worry, call Fakuri. Go to bestinjurycare.com. All auto insurances are accepted. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call. Car accident? Don't worry, call Fakuri. bestinjurycare.com.
What are you getting into? Oh, hey, Joe, look at these cool toys. Some nice things. A doll? A baseball bat? Hey, what's this? Oh, that's a translator. A translator? Yeah. Chinese, Japanese, even Ocala-ese. Ocala-ese? Yeah, give it a try. Okay, translator. Translate ice skating rink.
The translation of ice skating rink in Ocala-ese is large white sheet of plastic.
Oh, that's good. Translate winter.
Winter in Ocala-ese is 2 days in January.
Isn't this a great toy? Okay, translator. Translate Santa Claus.
The translation of Santa Claus in Ocala-ese is WOCA listeners.
That's right, WOCA listeners. You've done it before, and we're asking for your help again. Just bring a new or gently used toy to the WOCA studios in the Paddock Mall, and we'll put it under our Christmas tree. Then, on December 15th, all the toys will be picked up by Florida Kids Helping Kids. WOCA listeners truly are Santa Claus.
Glenn Beck.
Okay, so Netflix released its year-end report. It revealed some concerning streaming habits from some people. There is a user in the United Kingdom who watched the Bee Movie 357 times last year. There is somebody who watched The Curse of the Black Pearl every day for an entire year. People watching the same movie, it is not unusual for people to watch the same movie 300 times a year. That is unusual. I'm sorry to say that's weird. There are a group of users that are watching the original Christmas from Netflix. They've been watching it every day for the last 3 weeks. Someone in Antarctica is watching Shameless. Mexico has the most members who are logged in to stream content on Netflix every single day. And Netflix watchers have watched more than 140 million hours per day, with the most popular day of viewing January 1.
I love this story from Netflix because they had this tweet that came out where they said, someone was watching some Christmas movie. There's been 53 people who have watched it for every day for the last 18 days. And their comment was, "Who hurt you?"
I love
just thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
It's also a little creepy. There's something creepy, but
they can watch everything.
They were calling out individual subscribers on Twitter.
I know.
And in a fun way,
know.
harassing them for their viewing habits.
I know.
I love the story, but it makes me feel a little
creepy.
weird. Yeah.
I want to get into that tomorrow because they have the list of the most popular, and I'm not in any of them.
Glenn Beck.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Alabama's Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore rode up on a horse to vote for himself in today's special election. If elected, could he be kicked out over allegations of sexual misconduct with teenage girls, which he denies?
It does not concern me because it would be unconstitutional.
More on Fox affiliate WREC this morning. The Democrat Doug Jones responds.
Judge Moore has been consistently wrong about the Constitution in everything he has done.
President Trump tweets about New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. She's a lightweight who'd do anything for campaign contributions. She calls that a sexist slur.
It's intended to silence me. It's not going to silence the women who have stood up against him directly.
She's among dozens of Democrats in Congress calling for an investigation into accusations of sexual harassment or assault against the president, which he denies. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When it comes to the holidays, the hustle and bustle doesn't stop. Well, unless your car breaks down. Whatever this season brings, it helps to have Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers. Now you can check your car's health from your phone, get help if you're stuck on the side of the road, and if Hum detects a crash, it can automatically notify emergency services. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Hey guys, looking for something unique? Then try TripAdvisor's #1, the Gypsy Gold Farm Tour. What's so special? Your 2-hour tour begins with one of the most unique stories in the annals of equine history and continues with a walk to meet historical gypsy vanner horses and more. Photo opportunities and a gift shop await your holiday visit. Tours are every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 a.m. until noon. Only $20 per person. Children 5 years old and under are free. Book now at gypsygold.com.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. And with summer here, it's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
The folks at Honey Baked Ham remind us that now is the time to make your holiday entertaining plans. The holidays are coming up fast. Reserve your ham and turkey now. What about all the parties and gatherings? Honey Baked Ham is the answer there, too. They cater breakfast, lunch, and dinner for intimate meetings or large parties. Again, reserve now. Honey Baked Ham is located on Southwest 27th Avenue behind Best Buy. Stop in or call 352-861-0011. Again, 861-0011. Honey Baked Ham, the world's best ham, turkey, roast beef, sides, desserts, and service.
An unexpected pregnancy can turn a young woman's life upside down. The House of One in Faith in Ocala gives these young women a place to live in privacy and comfort under the Christian care of counselors who will guide and protect both the woman and her unborn child. The House of One in Faith is confidential, loving, and free. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
Jean Powell, Past Chamois. Jean and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2018. In addition to our Past Chamois service, we also offer fence row spraying and stump grinding. Now is the perfect time to go ahead on weed control and to take care of those troublesome stumps. We are locally owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Jean, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Jean Powell, Past Chamois, 352-629-2440. Jean is a proud United States veteran.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
No, I haven't. We're just talking about Star Wars. Stu's going Thursday. I'm taking the whole family, and I couldn't get tickets until Monday, so I can't see it until Monday. When are you seeing it?
We're going to wait till our boys get back from college, and so probably Monday, I would think.
Yeah, I got to go the first night because as soon as you lose access to the internet.
Oh, I know.
Because everyone's going to be posting things, and it's going to get ruined.
I had to shut down to, not go into certain sites and things because it was everywhere. People who saw the initial preview in Hollywood, they were all tweeting and they were all saying, "Oh my gosh, it's so great and so unexpected." And then I just stopped. Stop reading. I don't want to know. I don't want somebody to go, "I am your father. He is the father."
Right.
You're going to find out. I don't want to know any of it.
He's dead people. You don't want that to happen before you walk in.
I don't. Rafe and I have been going through all of the theories on, who's the father, who's the mom, all that stuff. And just yesterday, somebody came out and said, "Okay, I think I've got it. I haven't seen the movie, but I think I have it." And I said, no, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't want the predictions. I'm going to the movie to enjoy the freaking movie.
Yeah.
So when I'll watch the movie, and you know what they're going to do with the movie? Tell me what happens.
And
that's the whole point of it.
And I also don't want to hear it's the best one yet. Because then you go in and you're expecting it to be really great, and you're like, if you go in and you're like, it's just a movie. Because how many times have we been let down by the Star Wars franchise?
At least 3.
Nah, I would say 4.
I would say 4.
To me, 4. Return of the Jedi is not good.
I love mediocre. I love Return of the Jedi. I unequivocally love the first 3. No, I know you don't.
No, I don't hate Return of the Jedi.
Ewoks were...
The Ewoks, yes, a little taint, but it wasn't Jar Jar Binks level.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
Or the terrible little actor who was Anakin.
The first 3 were just abysmal. I don't even know if I've seen episode 3. At least all the way through.
What? Really?
No.
That's the best of the first 3.
I disagree.
Is it really? I
gave up
at that point.
Yeah.
I think Attack of the Clones is the best of the first 3. Because unlike the other movies, there is a 54-minute movie inside of that movie that's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
In Attack of the Clones, if you just delete about 40 minutes out of it, there's a good 54-minute movie in there. The problem is there's also 40, 50 minutes of really terrible movie. Mm-hmm. So you get kind of like really a little good and a little bad. Where the other 2 prequels were actually, I thought, generally speaking, just bad. And again, Star Wars bad. I still like them and I could still watch them, but they're just
So is this the one? Because all I remember is, what's his name? They go to the clone world and then they're lasers fighting on top of the deal and it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one? That's all
you've described all Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I know. But that's the only part of that I really remember. I don't remember. Like in the trailer this time, it says, "I've seen this before and I wasn't afraid." And you saw the hand come up out of the lava. Have you seen the trailer for this yet?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the scene from Vader or coming out? Is that the scene from the third
scene you're talking about? Actually, I don't think I've seen that trailer. I don't remember it at least, but it's a big deal, right? I mean, you could still get tickets at some theaters. It's not impossible.
This is the last one of the Luke and Leia and all that, right?
We don't know. I mean, it is titled The Last Jedi, but we don't know.
I don't know that they've said that.
No, but I think this is because this is the 9th, right?
No, it's the 8th.
Yeah, this is
so you're thinking because Rogue One was a spinoff that came off last year.
Yeah,
so that was
those don't count.
Because I thought that he had said that he had written 9.
That was the original. That's what they always said when I was a little kid. I remember thinking there was going to be 9 of them.
In retrospect, I don't believe.
No, I kind of don't either. That's interesting. I don't know if you ever said it. I
think he wrote the first 6.
I think he had a pretty good idea of the first 3.
Yeah. That's it.
The middle or whatever they are. The middle 3. The 4, 5, and 6.
How
originals.
How do you watch? You're bringing your kids or your grandkids. How do you watch? Do you start at 3 or do you start at 1?
It's funny. Pat and I, when we were doing the Pat and Stu show, we had someone who worked here who had never seen any of the movies. He's in his 30s.
Amazing.
And we were like, well,
he should be destroyed.
This is interesting. You should we should make you watch them.
We Star Wars harassed him.
Yes, we did. To watch them chronologically instead of the way.
Oh, good. Am I going to be sued for that?
Probably. Yeah. So instead of watching it like with the old school Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi first, we had him watch the prequels first. So he watched the first, The Phantom Menace as the first movie because that's in their world the chronological order of these movies. He didn't even get to number 2. Just gave up. He watched the first one. I was like,
that's how bad it is.
Why do people like this series? Was essentially his.
That's how bad Phantom Menace is.
It's horrible.
If you start a New Hope and
you got to go, you got to go for the first. You have to go to the first 3, and then you have a friend summarize the first 2. You start with the middle 3.
Yeah.
You have a friend that summarizes the first 2. You watch the 55 minutes that's good in episode 3. Then you can take off from there.
One of the biggest problems in the whole series is the selection of actors. I don't know why they thought these were the best actors.
Yeah.
But the little kid who played Anakin was terrible.
Yep.
And the adult who played Anakin was terrible.
The adult that played Luke is pretty crappy too. I mean, you watch that series back. Mark Hamill is not good at all.
Let's try He's like Laurence Olivier in comparison.
Let's try Leia, who halfway through the first movie, all of a sudden is no longer English.
That's true. That is true.
That's true.
You will not terrify me. And then the next scene, she's
from Texas.
Yeah, so what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in a garbage dump. Who would have seen this one coming? I mean, it's like,
true.
What the?
No, it's fair. It's funny because you go back.
It's called overdub. You could have overdubbed those scenes where you were a different person.
They didn't have that technology back then, Glenn. I mean, those movies are really fun and I love them. There's that retro sort of feel to them, and there's a part close to my heart. But like you watch some of like the lightsaber battles, and they're just not good. And you go back to the prequels, and some of those action scenes are actually really amazing. It's the movies themselves are not good.
Right.
Where
the action scenes though in the prequels are almost enough to carry the movie.
Yeah.
But not quite.
Yes. Not quite.
But they're that good.
Yeah.
That they
that's
can
why
almost make up for the Jar Jar Binks stuff and all the rest.
Yeah, for Attack of the Clones, which is the second one, you go through and like there's just the scenes of them going through the planet that's the city. What's that one called? Pat, you might know. Pat's wearing a Star Wars
Corsican
shirt.
or something.
Yeah. Pat is wearing a
it's a
shirt.
Star Wars Christmas shirt.
Mm-hmm. It says
in green with Yoda on it. An elf I am not. Yes. No. Yes. No.
But you get through. You're right. Like the action sequences in those first ones are pretty amazing. It's just the rest of it. It's just pointless. It's like you're just like they were like, what if we made C-SPAN into a Star Wars movie? And we all just kind of sat around a Senate and just deliberated bills and legislation.
How did George Lucas? How did he honestly stumble across this story?
It's
interesting.
It
is such
That's
great
a great
story
question because
he is horrible.
He's not good.
He's horrible.
Other than this, and you can give him, the Harrison Ford thing with Indiana Jones. So he's got those two things that are absolute classics, but. Everything else?
No.
Howard the Duck and all the rest of that stuff?
No, he also did American Graffiti, which
got him started in the first place.
Yeah, and that was, Happy Days.
Yeah.
That started Happy Days. So, I mean, he had...
Yeah. He had something in him, but he lost it.
Quickly.
He lost it.
And intermittently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, whoa, where is that one coming from?
Yeah, very strange.
All right, Pat, couple questions. First, Roy Moore, who's going to win tonight?
Roy Moore. I think
landslide, close.
I think it's fairly close, but I think he wins fairly comfortably 4 or 5 points.
That's where I think. Yeah, I think you have 5 or 6 points myself.
Yeah. And it's not because conservatives or Republicans are excusing sexual harassment. First of all, many of them don't believe the charges. Secondly, the abortion thing supersedes any sexual harassment that may have occurred. I think.
Yeah, if it was,
for Alabama voters.
I think if it was rape today, if, he was charged with, hey, he just last week he was, with this girl, or, a year ago he was with this girl. 40 years ago, you don't know who to trust.
Right. And he might have just dated a few young girls. He might have just
dated. So you don't know, in comparison to a guy who says, yes, I'll kill a baby in the womb tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That's that's a
and he
real,
doesn't want to put any restrictions on a woman's right to choose.
Right.
Okay.
Once the baby is born, then I'm pro-life.
Well, it's too late then.
Do you agree? I think it was Frank Luntz who had this point. Do you agree if Doug Jones, the Democrat, were a pro-life Democrat that he'd be winning by 5
I think
votes?
so, yeah.
I do too.
I think so.
Probably true. I mean, because
so.
Some of those red states will elect some Democrats when it comes to the Senate. Usually they'll go red for the presidency, but
or maybe an occasional governor.
Yep, governors. Yep, it does happen. So I think you're right.
But when you're that big an abortion advocate, there's no way you can win. You're not going to win.
I can't imagine. I mean, look, this is the other thing we have to point out. Donald Trump won Alabama, I think, by 28 points. So the fact that we're even having this discussion shows how weak of a candidate Roy Moore is. Like him or not, the bottom line is this should not be hard.
Yeah,
it should be a blowout.
Look at the other two, Mo Brooks or Luther Strange. I'm not a Strange guy. I mean, maybe a Strange guy, but I'm not a Luther Strange guy. But I mean, or Mo Brooks. Either one of them would be winning by 20 points right now.
Yes,
easily.
I mean, it would not be.
Yes,
So I don't know. If Alabama wanted Roy Moore as the candidate, I think they should have picked Mo Brooks myself.
But it's up to them.
But it's up to them.
It's up to them.
People are like, well, why are you commenting on it? It's up to them. Well, I mean, that's our job. I don't know what to tell you. This is why you come to the freaking show.
Go
why
back
are you
to
listening?
Yoda talk.
Yeah, I know. We're happy with that.
One last question, Pat. What is on your mind today?
Larry King, for one.
What?
Did you?
Yeah.
This is one of the more outrageous allegations, not the most severe, because there have been accusations of really bad assault and rape. But this is one of the weirder things where he's taking a photograph with a woman and he slides his hand down her backless dress, inside her dress, into her butt crack, and leaves 3 fingers there while they're taking a photo for 10 seconds, she said.
What?
Okay. A couple of things. I mean,
how do you not say anything, for one thing?
Well, let's look at it the whole spectrum here. I can't believe any guy would do that. That is, right. I mean, that goes beyond, that's craziness.
I'm going to leave my fingers in your butt crack for the full hour.
That's also something to say whether he has thin hands or she was wearing a dress that was too big or that was some weird skill.
You're dealing with the skeletal remains of Larry King at this point,
so
but still.
That's on him. On her, how did you stay there for 3 seconds?
I don't know. It's 10 seconds. She said 8 to 10 seconds while the photo was being taken.
That's nuts.
You think of any of our wives and this happening, he'd get an elbow in the face. This happened in 2005.
My wife would have gone nuts.
Go back crap crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell me you don't know what to do. You pull his hand out of your dress, right? I mean,
especially Larry King. The guy
didn't even work for the guy.
In 2005?
Yeah.
He was 131 years old in 2005.
He was Skeletor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless you thought he had some sort of mystical magic powers that Skeletor the cartoon has, you pull his hand out.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's really bad.
You should have pulled back a bloody stump. Is what should have happened.
You keep a blender by your dress. Larry King comes. Thanks, Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed coming up on the Blaze Radio and TV networks. I will be joining Pat today to talk a little bit about the election. 1 p.m. Central, so 2 p.m. Eastern on the Blaze Radio and TV networks.
If you've been thinking about your home security, there's no better time to get it than right now. I have been singing the praises of Simply Safe for a while now, and that's because it's just the best, period. Simply Safe has put together a massive security arsenal for your home, a special package that has been handpicked just for you. It has entry sensors, it has motion sensors, glass break sensors, everything you need to stop a possible criminal from entering your home. Now, these guys are absolutely the best. And for the holidays, Simply Safe is giving you an incredible offer. You'll get $200 off this hand-picked security package for complete protection for your home. It's the best value in home security. There are no contracts, no commitments. Right now, and I mean right now, get $200 off this holiday special security package. You go to simplysafebeck.com. The best deal on home security you're going to see. simplysafebeck.com. Save $200 on Simply Safe's home security pick. It's simplysafebeck.com.
Glenn Beck.
Are your medical bills piling up due to cancer or another serious illness? You are not alone. Many people face this challenge. Here's how Coventry Direct can help. You can receive an immediate cash payment by selling your life insurance policy. If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may be eligible to sell your policy, even a term policy. To find out if you qualify, call Coventry Direct today at 1-800-513-6400 to speak to one of our policy specialists. That's 1-800-513-6400. The cash you receive from selling your policy can be used to help pay medical bills or whatever you choose to give you financial security and peace of mind. Call Coventry Direct at 1-800-513-6400 or visit us at coventrydirect.com. Coventry Direct, giving you the cash you need when you need it most. Coventry Direct is a marketing company and will refer qualified policies to a licensed entity.
Here is your 30-second news brief. President Trump signed a directive yesterday giving NASA the green light to return man to the moon. State Attorney Aramis Ayala responded to Governor Rick Scott's request for answers about a death penalty filing with a fiery letter. The North American Air Defense Command says F-15 fighter jets were authorized to go supersonic above the continental U.S., explaining sonic booms reported in the area, and a self-driving shuttle will be on the streets of Gainesville beginning in April. And that is your news brief from The Source.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Wait, stop. I'm not ready.
Why?
I still have so much shopping to do.
Do what Bob and I did. We bought gift certificates from Ocala Civic Theater.
For everyone?
Yep. Bob's parents, my Secret Santa.
My impossible to buy for sister?
Yes. And when you buy $100 in gift cards, you get another $25 free. I'm keeping that one for date night.
Great idea. I'm still in the doghouse over last year's vacuum cleaner.
Call Ocala Civic Theater. 352-236-2274.
Hi, I'm Russ Moore with Pike Mill. Our relationship with WOCA started in 2009. WOCA is family-friendly, community-involved station. When we moved to our new location on 17th Street in October of 2016, of course, we went to WOCA so they could tell everybody our new location. The folks at WOCA really care about their clients and want them to be successful. For all of your shipping needs, call Pike Mill, and to tell the Ocala area about your business, call WOCA, because WOCA Radio gets results.
I'm Jennifer, the Executive Director of Palm Garden, and I would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
I'm Mary Ann, the Director of Clinical Services, and my staff and I will ensure that the needs of all our residents are met.
I'm Nadia, the Director of Guest Services, and I will be fluffing pillows for our new guests staying with us over the holidays.
I'm Crystal, also from Palm Garden, and I hope each of you have a blessed Christmas as we celebrate the Savior's birth.
Merry Christmas from Palm Garden!
Will this be the year you finally get to enjoy Christmas at home? Let the Personal Service Center help you with your presents and goodies. They can gift wrap them, box them up, and ship them out, leaving you more time to enjoy the real meaning of the season. Personal Service Center, corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, 352-789-6683. Look for the yellow signs. Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
Yeah, you're probably right. sentence.
You know, I mean, you just get to a point where you're like,
you just kind of mumble out noises. That's the point you're at now, which I understand. It's defensible.
Did you see the tweet from Trump today?
I did. There was quite an exchange that happened on the Twitters today.
On the Twitters.
So Senator Kirsten Gillibrand from New York basically came out and said Trump should step down because of all of his accusers. They've been kind of out in the media again the last couple of days. And so Trump tweets today, lightweight Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, a total flunky for Chuck Schumer. And
oh my gosh. Stop it.
Oh, that part is definitely true.
Yeah, but, and he's the president.
I know. And someone who would come to my office begging for campaign contributions. For whatever reason, begging is in quotes. I feel like he does it every time. He does it every time. The quotation mark.
He's a failure. He came begging to me for whatever. He does it every time.
There's no reason to put that word in quotes. But anyway, begging for campaign contributions not so long ago and would do anything for them is now in the ring fighting against Trump. Very disloyal to Bill and crooked used. I don't know what a lot of that means,
but I would like to know what it means. She was willing to do anything.
Right. So
is that in quotes?
That one's not. It's in parentheses. That one's in parentheses. So the idea being potentially people are accusing him of saying that she would offering sexual favors, which is not what he's necessarily saying, although you could take it that way. Elizabeth Warren responded.
You should be smart enough to know it's going to be looked at that way.
Yeah, I guess. Elizabeth Warren responds, are you trying to bully, intimidate, and slut shame Senator Gillibrand? Wait, but slut shame would insinuate that she's doing something promiscuous and being criticized for it. Is that what Elizabeth Warren is saying? I don't think anyone understands the language anymore. It's like a blender of accusations.
Me smoke 'em one pum.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense.
Glenn Beck.
Are you a U.S. veteran? American Financing wants to say a huge thank you for your service. And if you haven't taken advantage of your VA benefits, then now is the time to call American Financing so they can customize your VA loan program for your new home purchase or just to refinance. You can refinance any existing mortgage into a VA loan. And now is the time to do it because the interest rates are at all-time lows. You might be able to take out cash to pay off some of your existing debt and save hundreds of dollars every single month. Here are some of the key benefits of the VA home loan. 0 down payment, no mortgage insurance, and relaxed credit requirements. American Financing has salary-based mortgage consultants, no upfront fees, and the pre-qualification takes only 10 minutes. Don't wait. Call 800-906-2440. That's 800-906-2440. Or online at AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing. America's home for home loans.
American Financing Corporation, NMLS 182334, www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, if you're shopping online this holiday season, finding the perfect gift from your computer, tablet, smartphone, it's easy, right? But if you're doing like I'm doing and doing a lot of online shopping, it can expose your personal information and leave you vulnerable to identity theft. And that might be the form of identity theft that you miss just by monitoring your credit, like somebody stealing your 401k or taking an online payday loan in your name. That's why there is LifeLock, and it's a good thing because they can monitor your personal information, and if you have a problem with identity theft, they're going to work to fix it. Now, nobody can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock offers something that is perfect for the holidays and beyond. You don't have to worry about identity theft if it happens to you. Join now by visiting lifelock.com. You can save 10% with the promo code BECK, but don't wait. It is lifelock.com, promo code BECK. 10% off your membership right now. lifelock.com, promo code BECK.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. Voting underway in Alabama's Senate election between Republican Roy Moore and Democrat Doug Jones.
Last night, both candidates held dueling rallies. Moore brought in former White House strategist Steve Bannon, who once again lashed out against establishment Republicans who opposed Moore.
They would rather control in a minority the Republican Party than be in a majority and have you guys in control.
Jones's rally brought in NBA star and Alabama native Charles Barkley.
Fox's Jonathan Seri in Montgomery. Federal prosecutors charging New York City subway bombing suspect Akayed Ullah with supporting terrorism and other counts.
He allegedly selected the location and timing to maximize human casualties.
Acting U.S. Attorney June Kim, authorities say the suspect was inspired by ISIS. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When it comes to the holidays, the hustle and bustle doesn't stop. Well, unless your car breaks down. Whatever this season brings, it helps to have Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers. Now you can check your car's health from your phone, get help if you're stuck on the side of the road, and if Hum detects a crash, it can automatically notify emergency services. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
For many businesses, hiring is tough. You want access to highly qualified candidates fast, and you don't want to sign a long-term contract or pay upfront fees. That's why you need Indeed.com, delivering 6 times more hires than any other job site, according to independent research. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
The Ad Council.
Here are today's headlines from The Source, WOCA. After a week of waiting, State Attorney Aramis Ayala responded yesterday to Governor Rick Scott's request for answers about a death penalty filing with a fiery letter. Governor Scott wanted to know why Ayala missed the deadline to file a notice to seek the death penalty in an Osceola County murder case. In a letter to Governor Scott, Ayala accused him of avoiding discussing the matter directly with her